Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we will be learning how to create a QR code using Python, and I'll be using the library which is called as QR code directly, which is inbuilt library which Python provides. Okay, so we will be basically creating a QR code and we will be adding the height dimension for the box and what kind of text it should take when you click on the QR code, everything. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all we will import the library which I said, that is QR code. Okay, so if it's not installed in your Python, then you can go ahead and write pip install QR code and it will be installed in your command line. Okay, and then we will also import OS. Why? Because with the help of the OS, we want, like, as soon as I run it in the terminal, in the command prompt, at that point of time, the QR code should open up directly. So for that, you have to use the OS library. Okay. So these two are imported. Next, what we have to do is we have to go for the box border, dimension, versions. These things we need to give, right? So in short, the structure of the QR code. Okay, so for that, let's take a variable QR. Okay, and inside that variable I'll write QR code dot QR code. Okay, and sure, we will mention, let's say I want to mention the version as 1, and I'll take the box size. So let's take the box size as 10. Okay, so you can take it according to your choice, and I'll take the border as, let's say, 5. Okay, so this is basically giving the structure to the QR code. That means once you run this particular code, what will happen, there will be a box inside which the QR code will be there. Okay, so dot QR code will generate the QR code and it will have the box which has a box size of 10. Okay, that means a dimension, and the border, which is this one, that will be of 5. Okay, now if you want to add some data into your QR code, like when the user clicks on your QR code, it should give some data or it should give some link of your website, anything, you can add it. So for that, what you have to do is we'll take the variable QR and then we will write dot add underscore data. Okay, and here we can write our data. So let's say I just write subscribe to Coding Made Easy. Okay, so when I click on that particular QR code, I mean not click, when you scan that particular QR code, you'll get to know in your next screen that it says subscribe to Coding Made Easy. If you want to add the URL over there, you can just replace this data with the help of URL. So add URL, you can write it and you can mention the URL link which you want the user to go when they scan the QR code. Okay, then we want it in the center of the screen, right? Like it should be in center. So for that, I'll just fit it out. So you can write QR dot make and then fit, we can write, which is true. Okay, it should be fixed. Fine. Next, what we have to do is we have to add some color to the QR code, right? So the QR code basically looks like black and white color. So how to add the color? So we can, let's take a variable img, that is image, and here we can write QR dot make image. Okay, so with the help of this particular line of code, we are making the image of the QR code. Okay, and we are filling it with color, that is black and white. So I'll write fill color. Okay, and fill color, I'll keep it as black. Okay, and back color, that means the background color, I'll keep that as white. Okay, so back. Fine, so this is white. Now next what we have to do is, now that our QR code is created, we have to save it first, right? So I'll write image dot save function for saving it, okay? And then give a name to your QR code. So let's say I write QR underscore code created dot png. I saved it in a png format, okay? So now when I try to run this particular code, let's say we run this code, okay? So once this code is executed in our terminal, we can go to our folder wherein we can search for this particular QR code created.png image, and we can see how the image looks like. But since at the beginning of this particular video I said we are using the OS library so that we can open the QR code by default when we run the code from our command prompt, right? So let me first see if the QR code created PNG is there in our system or not, okay? So I'll run this code. Okay, now the code is executed without any errors. Now I'll just open the folder. So here inside coding, I'll search out for QR underscore code created. Okay, now if you see, this is how the code looks like. Okay, now as we said, like we want to open this by default when we run the code in our command prompt, right? So for that we will use the OS library. So here open the QR code image using the by default image viewer. Okay, so for that what we can write os dot system, and inside this we can just write, let's say, start QR dot png. Okay, so that means I'm just giving I'm just giving a name in the os dot system, with the help of which when I will try to run the particular code, so it will automatically by default the image where will populate once you run the code in the command prompt. Okay, so I'll save this, we'll go to the command prompt, we'll run it again, python stack.py. Okay, let me choose this. Okay, now when I run this code, you see by default the image viewer came up and the QR code is there in front of you. Now in the screen itself, while you are watching this particular video, if you open your scanner and scan this particular QR code, you will see the option, the text coming up that we just gave it to our code, that is subscribe to Coding Made Easy. Okay, and if I'm just adding URL, I can just replace the data with the help of URL, and you'll be able to click on the URL and you'll be able to go ahead and see whatever is there inside that particular URL. Okay, so this is how you can create a QR code. Okay, and you can, like, suppose use it for your payments in your website, you can use it for your apps, you can use this particular QR code, or you can also use this QR code in your portfolios wherein people can come in and see your portfolios. You can just add your link over there. Okay, or if you are an owner of a shop or anything, you can just create this particular QR code for your online shop and then just go ahead and add it to your website. It will be functional. Okay.